Whenever you go to temple, Neha, any temple of any tradition you go, there are different kind of prasads that they give you. Yeah, different kinds of prasad. Somewhere there's a laddu, mishri, some fruit, some other things, etc. When you go to the temple, you don't ask, "I want laddu." You don't ask that. Whatever the priest give you, you receive that as prasad for the day, right? So, which means you don't have the right over which prasad you should get of the action that you perform. You don't have the right on that. So, whatever prasad you receive, sometime it could be bitter neem leaves, mind you, or sometime it could be tulsi leaves. Yeah, it does not matter. It's a prasad. That is the attitude which one must have on the spiritual journey.
Pranam Gurudev. Neha Sangvi ji from Mumbai has sent this question. That Gurudev, I'm curious about which approach is better, surrendering to divine will, accepting things as they come, or proactively working towards manifesting and committing to a spiritual goal.
So, which path is better is the question. The path of absolute surrender to the divine will, or the path of proaction, where we are putting our energy, our being into creating certain manifestation as per our spiritual goals. Which path is better? Few pointers here, Neha, and for everybody. We many times in the world, in life, and especially in the spiritual journey, we start to use words so often, certain words we use so often that we forget the depth of the meaning of those words. And one such word is surrender. We use this word very often, but we do not realize the depth of this, the power of this. Surrender, Neha, is the absolute epitome of your spiritual sadhana. It is not easy. Your ego construct, the layers of your conditioning, the desires that you have, the ambitions that you have. Huh? Our scripture says these are called petty ambitions. The petty ambitions of the world that we have. All of this put together, they will not allow you to surrender. Most of the time, when people think they are surrendering, they are basically either being lazy or dejected. This laziness or dejection, people on the spiritual path think it is surrender. But surrender is a very is the epitome of the sadhana. Yeah. So in the initial parts of your journey, no matter how hard you try, surrender will just not happen. Your mind will play tricks with you. As I said, it will be part of the laziness or dejection. I'm not able to do something, so surrender. Or I'm too lazy to do something, let's surrender. This is how the mind will play tricks. Be aware. This is how he does it. Now, what is the way forward? As per the spiritual traditions and the system that our rishis have formed, they have created a very beautiful structure. I'm going to share that structure with you now. In the stage one, know that for a truth that most of the humanity on earth is a combination of Rajasic energy, which is the action orientation of the energy, and Tamasic energy, which is the delusional aspect of the energy. There are three aspects of the energy: Tamasic, which is the delusional, the slow, the laziness, and all of that. Rajasic, absolute action orientation. And Sattvic, which is slow down, receiving things as they are. As you're saying, surrendering. That's a third aspect of the energy. So, in the beginning of the journey, it is very essential that we be little proactive. We all have this Rajasic energy. If Rajasic energy is prominent in you, which is the action orientation, then you must use this energy. Understand this very carefully. Then you must use this energy and channelize this energy as part of the larger Karma Yoga. What does that mean? Which means you will continue to do your karma, as the word that you use, I think, manifesting. Go into the world of manifestation, but with the absolute spiritual goal or spiritual understanding in it. Follow the dharmic ways, the right ways of achieving whatever you want to achieve. Yeah. So that's number one. Number two, the deep understanding of Karam Yoga, because you have this Rajasic energy, you channelize this energy in the way that two conditions are met. Condition number one, the Karata Bhav, the doership should not be there. The feeling of doership should not be there. I am not doing it. It is happening through me. All the work of manifestation that you're doing in the world of matter, in the world of spirit, you should not have this karta bhav. I am not the doer, it is happening through me. Number one principle. Number two condition is you must not be attached to the end goal or the end result. Even if the end result is spiritual in nature, let's not be attached to that. This is the work that is happening through me. I'm doing that. What comes at the end of it? Do I enjoy today deep meditation? Or will my mind be active? I don't know. I don't care. I am doing my duty, my karma. Or rather, I'm allowing the actions to flow through me. Principle number three. Then all the action that I'm doing, I'm dedicating those actions to the divine. Either the actions are of the world or of the spiritual nature of your inner practice. You are dedicating those actions to the divine. That's where the deity comes in. If you are a lover of Shiva, whatever action throughout the day your body and mind is performing, offer it to the feet of Shiva. And then whatever Shiva decides to bless you with, that's your prasad, that's your gain, that's your fruit. If you whenever you go to temple, Neha, any temple of any tradition you go, there are different kind of prasads that they give you. Yeah, different kinds of prasads. Somewhere there's a laddu, mishri, some fruit, some other things, etc. When you go to the temple, you don't ask, I want laddu. You don't ask that. Whatever the priest give you, you receive that as prasad for the day, right? So which means you don't have the right over which prasad you should get of the action that you perform. You don't have the right on that. So whatever prasad you receive, sometimes it could be bitter neem leaves, mind you, yeah, or sometimes it could be tulsi leaves. Yeah, it does not matter. It's a prasad. That is the attitude which one must have on the spiritual journey. Remember, this is what I call as a stage one, where you have the Rajasic energy and you're channelizing your Rajasic energy. In the stage one, actually two stages gets covered automatically. If the predominant energy is Rajasic action orientation, then this formula works very well. But if the predominant energy is tamas, the delusion, the laziness, then also this formula works because the tamas needs to be converted into rajas, which means if the tamas is dominant, your first step should be to make rajas the dominant energy. Move towards rajas a little bit. Yeah. And then, Neha, we will enter into the next step, and that is the surrender bhav. That's the satva bhav. As you start to practice channelizing this rajasic energy, let me repeat, where the bhav of doership is not there, where the attachment to the result is not there, where whatever result comes, the mind says positive, the mind says negative, does not matter. I receive it as the prasad given to me by my guru, by my deity. Prasad is karwa, painful, I receive it as a prasad. Prasad is sweet, I receive it as a prasad. And remember, prasad is powerful, it has divine power. So even the bitter, negative, divine power prasad you get, it will benefit you in the journey. Shiva gives you that for certain growth that must come through that bitter prasad. Yeah. So three things. And once you start to practice that, Neha, then slowly you will see the sattvic energies in you will start to manifest, will start to take prominence. And that's when the magic starts to begin. That's when, Neha, everything starts to become surrender. You will be doing lots of action because the essence of action orientation or rajas will still be there. It will not go away. But even working for 18 hours of the day, you will not feel tired. You will feel as if you didn't do anything. I don't know which energy comes of Shiva and gets all of this done through me. And always the bhav will be of deep surrender. But this surrender is not devoid of action. In your question, there was a thing which said that surrender is devoid of action. You leave everything to the divine, right? Surrender is not devoid of the action. You leave everything to the divine, absolute surrender to your deity, to your master, to your gurus. But you keep performing the action as the opportunity present itself to you. These words are important here. You keep performing the action, the karma, as the opportunity presents itself to you. Meaning, you do whatever is required to be done in a particular situation, period. There will be no self will that I must do this, I must not do that. This self will start to disappear. When the surrender, when the satva starts to get activated, there'll be no self will. And whatever event or situation presents itself to you, and whatever is the right action needs to be performed in that situation, you just perform that, move on. That's when we start to become lotus, Neha. In the mud, in the water. Neither the mud nor the water will touch you. Yet the flower will be blossom. Yet the flower will send out its fragrance. Yet again, the flower will still be manifesting its beauty, but not be touched by the water or the mud around. That's what surrender is all about. It's my wish and pray and my blessing to you, Neha, that you attain and we all attain that level of surrender. But please understand and be mindful of following this step as it should. If you go over this, Neha, it would really help you. These are some deep sutras I've shared in a very simple way, but this is really the essence. You follow sadhana like this, it will be difficult, it will not be easy. Mind will play thousands of tricks, bring lot of doubts and confusions. That's the job of the mind. Let it do its job. Let it bring the doubts and the confusion. You be firm on these sutras that I shared with you and see the magic unfolding. Hope it helps. Yeah. Thank you.